They are. So first in our very exciting final is Yossi Goodlink. Please give it up for Yossi.
Right, usual thing. I'm just about to mute everybody, and Yossi, if you can do the thing.
I often miss a friend I never had. I miss a part of my soul I never knew but want back. Like that girl who always wanted me, but I never text back. And I'm thankful for the man them, because without them I'd go mad. So I count my blessings all the time, but my friends only on one hand. I'm an antisocial extrovert, understand? No, I mean neither. Antisocial extrovert? What the hell? I've never heard of a man soul perplexed with the earth. Feels like his solar plexus is connected with the earth, but it's blocked by the chasm of this material world, a plethora he can't fathom. A man-made material hurt. His mind boggles at the matter of his own molecular matter. Does it matter? Could he ever make it better? Could he ever make a difference? He thinks maybe if he did it with efficiency, and then he relapses. And why is he so concerned with this matter of fact? He's out the door, never looking back, packed, he's over, sure he's never understood. So he rolls his last and buns it good. He's trapped in rapture, chasing magic he can't quite capture. This next one's about the pharmaceutical industry. In conscious eyes, no dollar sits on human life, but the obvious is this business model is ominous. His patented drugs need abolishing quick, because people are needed to remain sick for pharmaceutical companies to remain rich. It's simple. If everybody's healthy, big pharma can't be wealthy. So it's like media prophesized the apocalypse, industry prophetized off the apocalypse in these deep lies where the dollar sits comfortably invested in death with a vested interest in undermining the methods of prevention. Instead, patented pharmaceuticals make us sick in the head, most living with fear in bed. Zoom funerals, reminders of these human rights removals. Zoom funerals, gets hard to remember what's beautiful. Zoom funerals, reminders of these human rights removals. As technology screens encompass us like cubicle, it gets hard to remember what's beautiful. Maybe my parents' generation was futile. In this world, rapidly falling from grace and greatness, we need something to replace this, something to abate this destruction awaited, orchestrated and led by the vacuous ungracious, implementing false mental cages to contain us. They plague us, they played us, deranged us, to the point of believing we're all strangers. Look what pain does. Separation enslaved us from naturally connected to a man-made love, unquestioning compliance and amazement what the maze does. Divided by false information, fake conceptualized groups and forced displacement. For a materialistic leaders lost of a payment, we've been hushed and rushed into these cages for centuries and ages, conditioned to chase status, meant to be's and wages. So I say, long live the false courageous. In their glass palaces so makeshift, the paradigm just may shift and lift us out this matrix, from spiritual wasteland to a paradise oasis. I'm so happy I can say this. We really need to share more. We really need to open up, learn to be ourselves again, learn to live in hope and love. Believe that everything is perfect, just the way it is right now. And there's a lot that still needs changing, but we'll figure it all out, because everything is perfect, just the way it is right now. And there's a lot that still needs changing, but we'll figure it all out. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give Yossi a massive round of applause.
That was very, very close on time. 3 minutes and 7 seconds.
I was just starting to edge towards the mute button, thinking, are we? Oh, thank God, no.
Alrighty, and we've got scores coming in, I think.
You have?
Yes, we do.
Want to come
All
up?
right, 1 second.
So apparently blood curdling isn't just an expression. Research shows that watching horror movies can increase a certain clotting protein in our bloodstreams. I guess we're anticipating getting stabbed, so the body's bracing itself.
And Matt happened to me just now when Clive was singing, actually.
Yeah.
And yes,
everybody's blood. I agree with that, Nick.
Excellent. Excellent. So if I've got it wrong, I'm not lonely.
No, and well, I mean, I can't be held responsible for anything like that. Clive, are you happy with that?
I'm totally happy with that. Yeah.
Okie doke. So that means we only have one poet left in this amazing night of amazing poetry, and that is Hannah Brockley. So could you please unmute yourselves and make some noise for Hannah Brockley?
Right, I'm just about to mute everybody. So Hannah, you know what to do.
It's a lovely thing expecting a baby in the family. This one's called 36 Weeks. Your belly is a globe that is well travelled now, embodying the whole world of the fragile life inside you that stretches your skin and your patience as it navigates the tides of your womb, your vessels and veins multiplying into maps that guide her through a dormant city, colourblind to the warm glow of her horizons, umbilical cord reaching after your heart, latching, suckling. It swells with pride and grows as it grows, the myriad of her identities that hang on the peripheral of our lives and sparkle with promise like fairy lights, preparing us for magical love-filled days, seams glittering seamlessly in the dark, stitching the bonds of time. And as she slumbers in a spherical bed, your organs orchestrate lullabies to the steady hum of your heartbeat that mumbles its constant assurances. Hush now, my love, I'm here. Always. Unfortunately, not everyone who has babies loves them the way they should, and this is called My Friend's Daddy. My friend's teeth are perfect pearls concealed in the plump, wet cavity of a clamp-closed clam that he had forced open 9 years earlier, her mother's, veiled between lips that say nothing of the birds and the bees or weeds penetrating through cadaverous cracks in concrete, mouths not meant to be opened at such a tender age. Her daddy always licked his teeth when he spoke to you, as though polishing the weapons that he used to commit his crimes, to cut with his words and pierce her skin with glittering red holes like ravishing rubies, teasing the light provocatively on the ends of teenage ears. She was a big girl now, the conundrum of corundum. My friend's eyes were dead dogs that saw nothing wrong, unable to dream of idle walks in open fields trimmed with untrampled daisies, cold as the flesh containing them. Their secrets buried in the same back gardens as the treehouse in which she played and tried to hide from him. If only she were a dog, they'd have done the kindest thing and put her down instead of letting him pick her up. Her daddy's eyes were savage dogs, ravaging recklessly, the sort whose neighbours would comment that if only they could see the bite of his heavy petting, they'd put him down. My friend is the soft toy, sat huddled in a dark corner of her bedroom, stuffed between the ears with a load of old fluff to cushion the blow of being squeezed too hard, torn open at the seams. Her father, who art walking the earth, spreading his damned name between the legs of victims, the kingdoms in which he comes, thy will be done, in a world which knows of no heavens. I guess the Lord doesn't hear her prayers. Perhaps she is speaking in tongues that he refuses to acknowledge. I don't join in with prayer anymore. Anyway, thank you.
Unmute yourselves, make some noise, do some jazz hands for Hannah. Fantastic. Alrighty, we're almost there, people. We almost have a winner. Let us get some scores on the doors.
Powerful.
In Queensland, Australia, it's illegal to own a pet rabbit unless you're a magician.
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard that before.
Oh, we're almost there. Okay.
Scores are in.
Well, I think we should make some noise once again for both our finalists, Yossi and Hannah. I know from experience that it's bloody knackering and stressful going through all the way to the final of a slam and having to perform 3 poems. So let's give them another round of applause. Even if it is behind a screen. I know some people find it easier, some people find it harder. So it's still a feat.
It's very weird.
It is weird, right? If performing into a silent
weird.
void. Nick, I agree.
Yeah, I agree as well.
We have
Right. Okay, so as I've got the numbers in front of me, I think it kind of falls to me to announce that we've got a score. We've got a winner. So, in order of performance, the scores in the final are Yossi Goodlink 274 and Hannah Broccoli 283.